This is probably going to take forever and maybe a millennium to upload. Type Video Productions presents. Well, you guys asked and you guys received, because I'm very happy that people are interested, that I am interested in this stuff. And here's the speaker, here's the volume, tone switch, band switch, and tuning. Now these push buttons here, they don't work quite well. They get jammed and get stuck back in there, but I don't use them, so I'm not going to worry about them just yet. But here's the tuning. Its original belt on there didn't really need cleaned or anything. It slipped a little bit at first, and just cleaning it out and cleaning off this shaft that it rides on down there underneath the chassis, cleaning that off and taking a file to it made it work out a little bit better. Here's the IF cans I painted. I took the IF cans apart first. I also painted the tube shield because those three items were very bad looking. Might paint this transformer and the speaker basket, but may not do that because it's kind of hard to do speaker baskets because you have to block up everything. So we've got an 80 tube, the 41, a 6SQ7 GT, the old electrolytic that I left in there, a 6SK7 GT, 6A5, and that's it. So here's the Aerovane high efficiency loop antenna system. Got a wire going around here on the edge, and you got a loop here. Here's a sticker, very small writing. That's a lot to read. Looks like a trimmer. In here I've repaired the socket. Just added some heat shrink tubing. Now the more important thing here, more important subject, is capacitors. And I'll show you what I did. So it's not my neatest work, but I've configured every single cap in there as best as I could for the situation. I used Illinois caps for filters. And this was weird. This is what really confused me. Is these two caps right here. Actually, no, that one down there was installed backwards, kind of. Normally it's a can, which is common ground on the can. Well, that one cap was common positive in a way. It was reversed. And I'm glad I talked to allamericanfiveradio YouTuber, who let me know that's the way it was. Because if I would have installed that backwards, I would have probably had an epic failure. And we've got these dog bone resistors in here. None of them really look that bad. Every single one looks okay. Got orange drops here. That's the caps I use. I also use the yellow types that allamericanfiveradio uses. So now I have one of these rubber grommets missing here. It was missing when I opened up the radio, so that's the only problem that seems like anyone's ever been in here. Plus the screws were loose when I got it from the flea market, and that's what really worried me. Here's the band here. Let's watch it tune a little bit. what I did was I just cut the leads off halfway towards from the area where it's connected to the tube socket or other component, halfway towards the edge of the cap, and I just cut it and then I soldered it. What I had, the problem that I had was getting it to the new solder to adhere to the old wires. What I did was I just took a little piece of a carpet knife blade and scratched the edges like this, and scratched the surface of which the solder would come in contact with. It worked. Here's that switch for tone. Actually, I think it's banned. No, that's banned. Yeah, it's just banned. And tone. Actually, no, I am completely wrong. That's banned. That's tone, because it had those caps right there are for the sound. In which I might reinstall the original values. These were, I think it was like a .00047 or 48 or some weird value I've never heard of before. And the only thing they had was like .068 or something. That's why every time you select a tone difference, it's so drastically different than the previous tone you had before you selected that switch. But show off some of the decent soldering, I guess. I don't know if it's decent. You be the judge. But I would show you what it sounds like without the case on, but I'm too afraid I might get the piss shocked out of me, and I don't want that to happen. So, and some people were curious about the speaker here. There's no spider, it's got a piece of phenolic. Let me get the lamps just gonna stay there, I guess. I don't know how I'd situate this. There we go. Let me move the cone real quick. The wires attached to the phenolic piece go down to the coil. I've got some rubber silicone on the edge. Even though it was practically mint, I didn't want to take a chance of blowing it out, because this radio can get loud very easily. And here's the original Motorola filter. I left it in there. I never tear those out. Here's the magnet. I thought this was kind of odd, because when you remove this tube here, this is the 80. What I thought was weird about the speaker is usually this tub-shaped item right here is usually the magnet on most of them. But I don't think it is, or it might be. What's weird? What is that? Now that looks more like a magnet. And the way it's cut on the edge reminds me of Alnico materials, or metals, I should say. But that's original power supply. I might take this out, replace the wiring in there. It's not bad, but it's just that cloth with rubber underneath kind of wire, and I don't trust it that much, but I've been told as long as you don't mess with it, and as long as it doesn't get blastingly hot down there, you should be good to go for at least another 20 years. But anything can happen to that wire. But I did have to replace one wire. It's that plastic wire right here. Well, it's more like a rubber. Had to attach it and run it down here. Attach it to the cap, in which the dog bone resistor was connected to as well. Because the original wire wasn't long enough, and these caps are quite large. I ordered these 500 volt caps. I always go quite over because, well, I like to be safe like that. So There's that. And these are all tungsten tubes. And what I did with these IF cans is, if you can see the shine, hit it up with just one thin coat of spray paint, and then after that I did a clear coat, as well as that too. And to protect the wood from heat, what I've done to protect it, so I've installed or attached some of this aluminum tape here. It does the job. There's the grill cloth with a stain. Now this thing was really dirty when I got it. It was horrible. Now there's two pieces of wood material gone here. It was like that when I got it, and same here. That one looks like it's been gone much longer than the other two pieces, and for light reflection, I've also got, you can see my foot. For light reflection, I've also got a piece of tape there, because it was a piece of paper, but it was where it's been affected by the heat so much that it was very brittle and just crumbled in my hands. Now, the problem I noticed with this metal faceplate is that these inserts are gone. And I didn't know what to do about that, so I just left it like that. What it is, I just took a toothbrush and cleaned off the dirt with soap and water, let it dry off, and then, oh, my favorite show. Well, no copyright things there, I don't want to film too much of it. It's a grill cloth. And one thing I didn't notice before, and I feel stupid for this, but one of these knobs are marked. See, it doesn't actually tell you which band it was, and I had to kind of guess sometimes. And the pretty much good thing here is that I had this on the power and volume knob. That's why it didn't fit very well, because it's a little bit larger diameter hole than the others. But you can see you got BC and SW. And there's even dirt in there. You can see which position it would have been in. Dirt collected on that side and not that side. Let's see what the others. Yeah, it's pretty much indifferent anyway. Screws and other things, I usually keep them safe. 3 paper wafers, 4 knobs. I don't know why one paper wafer was missing, but it was on the band knob. Let me turn the light off, I'm wasting my battery. But, so let's take one more last look at this. Probably the last time I ever look at it for a good while. Just does not want to stand up. Well, also notice that these coils have cloth-covered wire on them, which is very odd. I've never seen that before in any other. Well, I've seen it before, but I never really made a note of it before because it just didn't strike me as odd back then. Because I was, you know, here's the audio transformer that goes up to the speaker. One side is connected to the chassis. One side is connected to the speaker, and the wire goes through this little hole right there, up, and connects here. I resoldered that after I put the speaker back in and used some lovely heat shrink. And some friendly YouTube viewers asked me if I can replace this lamp. Well, I can't, because I don't have this kind. I have number 47. This is number, I don't know what. It's 47, but it's burnt out. And the other one, I haven't even messed with it. It's good. That's a 47 too, but on the back, number 44 dial light. So that's kind of odd. Number 47 light bulbs. Wait, I do have 47s. Let's see if I can find them. Maybe we can do some live bulb. Hear sirens. Do some live bulb replacement here or something. Well, that's just plain creepy. Just walking through a dark basement and hear sirens all of a sudden. Yep, we're in luck. I found this in the parking lot at the flea market. Someone had dropped this. Now, I love this box, and these are new old stock lights. And these are what look to be like originals. Some of them I've put in there from others. See, those two that's from the Technics amp. I saved those because I want to get some new ones, but let's see here. I love this little template that it comes on. GE47. Looks like a good filament. This one has a different colored glass. Are all the bases that say... Nope, that one's different. Then we'll pick the last two of the same. In case you're wondering, that lighter's there to burn enamel off wire. No, I don't smoke. Especially headphone cable, because headphone cable is usually two conductors touching each other in one sheathing to, I guess, lessen the price. So, 47 light bulb, number 47. I have number 47 right here. Those are the same. So I'll go ahead and replace both lamps. So, let's do this. I'm sure this one's got crap loads of use on it. Yeah, 47. The new ones have a tin colored base instead of a brass. There it is. See? And let's install it in its little socket. I kinda face it towards the reflective paper. This one needs tightened a little bit. Just squeeze it. And there we go. Live bulb replacement. And these are the bulbs that were in there when I got it. This one's obviously had a problem. So thanks for watching. I'm going to install it back in the cabinet and see how the lights turned out. I'll let you know in the description if that was the wrong kind of bulb to use and if it was the right. But it does say number 44 and there was number 47 lamps in there. So, one was still good too, so I guess they're probably the same. Someone let me know what the voltage would be. I don't know what the power supply is for these anyways. And they're both wired together, so thanks for watching. This is probably going to take forever and maybe a millennium to upload. Type Video Productions presents. Well, you guys asked and you guys received. Because I'm very happy that people are interested, that I am interested in this stuff. And here's the speaker. Here's the volume. And the speaker basket, but may not do that because it's kind of hard to do speaker baskets because you have to block up everything. So we've got an 80 tube, the 41, a 6SQ7 GT, the old electrolytic that I left in there, a 6SK7 GT, 6A5, and that's it. So, cleaning off this shaft that it rides on down there underneath the chassis, cleaning that off and taking a file to it made it work out a little bit better. Here's the IF cans I painted. I took the IF cans apart first. I also painted the tube shield because those three items were very bad looking. Might paint this transformer, tone switch, band switch, and tuning. Now these push buttons here, they don't work quite well. They get jammed and get stuck back in there. But I don't use them, so I'm not going to worry about them just yet. But here's the tuning. Its original belt on there didn't really need cleaned or anything. It slipped a little bit at first, and just cleaning it out and clean. Here's the Arrow Vane high efficiency loop antenna system. Got a wire going around here on the edge, and here on the edge. And you got a loop here. Here's a sticker, very small writing.